my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel. Let's do my October wrap. And we're gonna have to do it quite quickly because it's getting late and it's getting dark so early. So I don't think I have much time. It's already really cloudy and rainy, so it's quite dark anyway, and I'm using all natural light. That's why I'm sitting in this angle. This kind of the best lighting I can get right now. So in October, I'm looking at my reading journal. I read how many things? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it sounds a lot. So I read 11 things, but 6 of those were like graphic novel chapters. So that's not a lot. But let's start from the beginning. The first book I finished was The Little Lord Fauntleroy by Frances Hodgson Burnett. It's a children's book, children's classic, and it's about this little boy who moves from America to England to live with his grandfather because he's like the only one left to inherit all the things, and his grandfather is this really rich man, but he is like not a good one. His son, the little boy's father, moved away and didn't really talk to his father, but the little boy moves to England with his mother, but they don't live in a mansion or what the place was together, but the mother lives outside, like on the edge of the property in a different house, because that old man, the grandfather, doesn't want to see her. But at the same time, the little boy doesn't know that his grandfather is quite a mean man. He thinks he's amazing because he was never told all the things the grandfather did. And it's about how this little boy changes his grandfather. It really is a lovely story. I really liked it. I think I had read this one before. I don't remember when, but I just wanted to reread it because I knew that it's a nice one. So if you haven't read this one, I highly recommend it. The next book I'm going to mention, I'm not gonna talk about it, I'm just gonna mention it because I didn't like it at all. It was a group read inside a Patreon thing, and that was Gideon the Ninth by Thames and Muir. I just love the sprayed edges. I don't really like the cover that much, but I didn't like the book. It was confusing. I didn't understand what was going on. You don't get any explanations how the world works. We know that there are necromancers and they're meeting up at this planet from 8 different planets, so they show up at that one and something's gonna happen there, and it's not really mentioned what. So I just finished it because I was listening to it, because I think if I had read it physically, I just would have, it would be still on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads. Yeah, I found it confusing. Then I read 6 chapters of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I read those for Spookathon. Yeah, those I read for Spookathon. I had like the chapters separately on my Kindle, so each chapter was a separate book. So that's why there are 11 books kind of things read in October. And I don't know, it was okay. I read it. I liked one chapter about Salem's the cat's backstory, how he got to be the cat, because he wasn't a cat when he was born. He was a human. I like that one the best. So, nothing really chilling. It was at times maybe a bit creepy, but it's about a witch named Sabrina, and she has a boyfriend, and that she can't tell him that she's a witch, of course, and there is this evil lady that got woken up from the dead, and she seeks revenge, and so their path crossed each other. So yeah, there is this thing. It was okay. The next one I read was Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and it was for Spookton 2, and that book I really liked. My cat is being naughty. She's trying to catch something. I don't know if there is a bug, a spider, or what. She ate it. Okay. So, next book, Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Why do I keep holding that book? I listened to it on audio, and I really liked that one. I liked his book Last Time I Lied. I read it earlier this year, and that was amazing too. But this one, oh, I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling anything, but it's basically about this girl. What was her name? Oh Jesus, I forgot. But she starts working at this building as an apartment sitter. She gets hired. So all she has to do is live there, be there at night, and kind of take care of the place. So, cat. Well, so she moves in to work there, and this building is called Bartholomew, and it has this history, a bit creepy history, and she moves in and weird things happen there, and she tries to kind of find out what's happening. And while I was reading, I tried to guess who is the villain, kind of villain, behind what's happening, and I guessed who was involved in all the things that happening, but not completely, it was a completely different thing for me. But it was a good book. I really, really liked Lock Every Door. It was when I was reading it, I was driving and listening to it, and it was at moments was oh my god, what's gonna happen? It's unsettling. I'm gonna link my Spookathon vlog down below so you can watch my experience with that book when I read it. The next book I read was The Storm Crow by Caleb Josephson, and this was a buddy read with Natalia from Nat's Corner. It's about this kingdom who has magical crows. They have 8 different kinds of crows, and they help in their everyday life. Their power are used basically for a lot of things. So one day they get attacked and all the crews get killed, and the kingdom basically suffers. And at the same time, the queen dies in that attack, and her two daughters are left. The oldest one kind of becomes the new queen, and the youngest has to marry the attacker's prince, like that country's prince. But right before she has to leave, she founds a crow egg, and that kind of gives them push to fight for kind of freedom from that kingdom, because that queen is an evil, yeah. But she goes with the prince to, what was that kingdom called? Illusion. So they go to Illusion, and they have this plan how to kinda take the power back. But they need to hatch the egg, and I don't know how to do it. So she tries to figure out how to hatch that one egg. And there is this romance that I didn't care about. I didn't like how easily the main character trusted this guy she met at that Illusion. And the magic wasn't really that well explained, because it seems like the only magical thing is the crows. But how it's possible that in that world only that one country has magic? Because it felt like that for me. So yeah, that was weird. I kind of interested what's gonna happen in the next book, because I don't know if it's how many books there will be, but I want to know how it ends, because there was some things that was shocking. So I know I was bad at explaining, but the prince she has to marry, he was annoying. He had this like anger issues, but they both were like so annoying. And the last book I finished was First and Then by Emma Mills. It was a light, like YA romance, and I liked it. It's about a girl, and so she lives with her parents, and they take in her cousin because his mother is sick and can't take care of him. So he moves to live with them, and he starts a school there. The school has this really kind of good football team, and there is this guy who has just moved to the town from another one, and he's like this really great football player. And things happen. Oh my god. I feel like it's not November 8th. Do you see how dark it has gotten? But like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like just 8 days have passed since I finished October reading, because I guess in the long run those books didn't leave like that good of an impression on me, because I don't remember them. Okay, thank you for watching this crappy October wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye! I don't. Okay,